Alan Dowson joins us after this afternoon's 0-0 draw. Welcome to Aveley, Essex. Dowson, 0-0 away from home, first game. The main talking point in the bar there is Tom Bird's red card. What did you make of that?
Hand on heart, I didn't know if it was that bad, to be honest. Other people have told us that we thought it was because he went in 2-footed. I thought their lad came as well, to tell you the truth. But that's the nature of the game now, is we've got these things to do, but respect this and respect that. Well, if it was a send off and I'm turning a blind eye to it, then I'm wrong. But you can't say that Selly's made a tackle in the first 5 minutes, got booked, and the lads Bobby Trainer or Tatey in the side there and doesn't get booked. Well, I don't want lads to get booked, but I think the referee should have a little look at themselves and maybe do something for players and try to have a better understanding as well, where you just want fairness all around. I didn't think that was the case. Playing 72 minutes with 10 men, it's like last year, really up maybe getting a 0-0 draw. This year it's got to be put down as a good point. We had a couple of half chances in the first half where we should have done better. We haven't scored many goals in pre-season, something we're trying to address. We've kept a few clean sheets, so that's pleasing. I've always said when we get the back four sorted, that's pleasing. That is. I thought our better players, who we call our better players, weren't very good on the ball today, and the match winners didn't do very well today. And I thought the gritty players, the back four, as I'm talking, done well. Now, I know for a fact we'll score goals on this side, and I know for a fact there's only another 4 or 5 days and I get Dwayne Clark back on the side. I know there's only 4 or 5 days and I get Bash back in the side. And I think it'll look a lot rosier. I would have took a point a day, and I would have took 4 or 5 points out of the first 3 games. You know, when Clarky comes back in and Bash comes back in, as a unit and as a shape we want to play, we're quite an exciting team to watch, and we'll be up there hovering around at the end of the season. That's what I believe on my head, as honest as. But I thought it was an awful game to watch. I thought it was an awful game to manage. You're trying to know that you're down to 10 men. The longer the game's on, like if you do it at half time or the second half, you've only got 30 minutes to dig in. But the plan of the game, what we talked about all week, went out the window. Hamsey come done a good report on him, and we had a plan in the week how to do it. That goes out the window. So it all come down to determination, which I can't knock the lads' work rate and determination. I can't do that at all. What I can say, I know it's a difficult pitch to play on, but the quality wasn't as good as expected. But good point, and we'll kick on, and we're unbeaten. And we've done it last year. We went 0-0. We had a good run. Hopefully we'll do it this year as well.
You mentioned the team spirit there. That must have pleased you. So did you have to say anything at half time in the dressing room? Because it would have been a good excuse, wouldn't it? If we come out and rolled over, lost 2-0.
Because that's places like here, it's an easy place to do. We drew here last year, so we've done the same with 11 men. I think we probably would have won a game with 11 men, in my opinion. But I thought we got better with 10. I thought for the first 20 minutes it was a bag of nerves, or because it's a new side, we've got to gel a little bit, I think. And I thought, we're giving the ball away, and I thought, people are getting run on their foot, and I know it's slip, even a rain off a bobbly pitch would do that, and I accept that a little bit. I knew it would take a little bit to get my stride, and plus I'll keep going on about Dwayne Clark and Bash back in the side and stuff like that. So I thought we got with Gabby and Hutch, people like that. Dean Hamlin is a gritty character. PHE, silent, radiant, gets on with his job. We've got some gritty characters in there who have a good, to be honest. I thought Tatey was outstanding when he went drop back and wonk. He doesn't like playing there, but he knows he's an older pro who will come in, he'll do a job. So yes, Bobby worked very hard. Like work rate, not a problem. I just thought we could have got a lot more with Michael Gordon and the wingers when they come on. We've got to get a lot more out of them in wide areas, and that's been a problem in a lot of pre-season. We get chances, we score goals.
A number of your new signings making their competitive debuts this afternoon. Anyone catch your eye in particular?
I hope Pedro was steady away. Sally done okay. Jerome done okay. Michael Gordon will be the match winner. He'll come good. He will. I've got a lot of confidence in him, but he just didn't do it today, to tell you the truth. Not really caught my eye because I'll just mix in with one of us anyway. With 2 lads, Jack done alright, didn't he, when he come on? But we just got to get into it now where I think they're better and all right, and we'll let it do better, and that's what we'll let the plan do. It's hard to do better when you're down to 10 men. So with 11 men, we'll let it try to do better on Monday and so on, and from being talk's cheap, if you like, and a lot of people talk and they think that maybe he's a little bit better than what you are. We've just got to dig in together as a group, and I believe it will do, and I believe that will come strong on Monday night, and we'll very look forward to the game.
Tom Bird started left midfield today before he got sent off. Is that where you see his role within the squad you've got?
Not at all. No, not at all. It's just because of injuries we've got. Listen, I could cry off and tell the truth, and I always try to tell the truth. We've had an awful pre-season injury-wise, an absolute awful. If I come from Gary Mack to Tom Bird, to Dean Hamlin missing a couple of Saturdays, to actually we've got big Paul Lumi, who's our centre forward, who was signed as a big target man to go like a Carl Dennis mule for Bobby. He's been out since day one and all that, and stuff like that. We've had Bash, who's in the stand. We've had Dwayne Clark, who's in the stand. we've had a lot of people out, and a lot of people, like I know people panic and things like that, but I knew that once we get them fit, so it's no good me going out to get somebody for a month, because Bash will be back on next Saturday, and Dwayne Clark will be back the following Monday, and that's so it's just getting the lads fit, and they need a couple of games and things like that. So I know where we are, and I know what's required, but we just got to get better. And catching us, I just thought as a whole, like Birdie, he can play in there, but at the same time that's not his position, and it proved today, to be honest, because he's a bit batty all over in the first couple of minutes when he's got himself sent off. But again, I wouldn't want any blame put on Birdie. It's best I put it on myself, really, because I put him in there. So that's fair enough, and that's something we've got to learn. I see Bash's role in there, to be honest. I see that one. I know Clayton playing there, I know Huckle playing there, but he's been away for 2 weeks and stuff like that. So it's all the ones who have been with all pre-season who are the fittest lads. I put out today the fittest team I had, and I know in the next couple of weeks when I get my fitter players, my best players fit, Clark, I'll keep on raving about him because I think he's outstanding. Bash, who always does a good job in our midfield in there, and I don't think we'll be too far at all.
So today was your strongest available 11?
Yeah, it was.
But you don't think that's your strongest 11?
Not at all.
Once
I'm being
everyone's fit?
No, I'm being honest, I don't think it is. Yes, that's true. I think we've got a lot more to come.
And then Monday, if we can win Monday, we'd have a solid start, 4 points from 2 games.
Yeah, without a doubt. You know, I'm one of them, as you know. I'm probably from your old school, so just 3 points on Saturday, 3 points on Saturday. That's all we need. 3 points, 3 points, not, you know. And it's true in a certain way. But we had a chat at the start of the season, and we believe that a realistic target is trying to get in the playoffs and trying to get the first round properly FA Cup. And that's what we've said. Anything else, we don't want to talk about at the minute. So that's our target, and that's what we believe we can do. The board of directors believe we can do that as well. So that's got to be the aim and all that, you know, and stuff like that. If we are in the playoffs, then we'll go again and try to challenge a little bit higher up. And but that's the 2 aims we set ourselves. You know, I've never been one of the targets, but I have put a little challenge and saying that's where I want to be at the end of the season. And we want to be put in the playoffs and being in the first round of the FA Cup, and that's what the challenge is for everybody.
Talking targets and aspirations, good news out of the club today. Yourself and Mike Ham signed a contract for the next couple of years. What are your targets longer term?
To get out of this league, obviously, and to try to reward the faith the board put in us. I had a fantastic relationship with the two owners. I've got a fantastic relationship with the new owners, with John. I think he's a great chairman, and you know, Chris Wilson and Paul Forrester, and the two owners who have always given us support. As you know, they could have panicked before, but we have looked at it, saying there you are. There's a lot of people, chairman, who interfere. John and the board don't interfere here. They give us a budget. They say you get on with it and you deal with it. And it's all, you know, and stuff like that. And ever since day one, I've been backed in everything I've had to do. And you look at it as a policy saying that you're manager, Hamzy and Martin, Taylor, and all the helpers who help her. That's your team of helpers. That's your team of staff. You deal with it, and you don't get that many. Well, so I would like to try to do well for a football club if I can. I believe that I've done well in my short time. I believe I've been very close to getting out of this league. I've only been in it twice, and we've had 2 quite good seasons, and I know we failed in the last year. I believe from where we took it from. But if you're looking at long term, everybody will go and say, oh, you've been, because I won a promotion at Waltham, you've done a great job, but if we've done nothing this year, people will be looking, then we've done nothing the year after, and people will be saying, well, you know, I can't just say, oh yeah, well, I've done a job 3 years ago. We want success quickly, and I realise that's the state of football. I love it at Kingstonian. I would like to do very well for the club and its fans, and I know it's not going to be, you can't be everybody's cup of tea sometimes. I just know what a budget I've got to work with is a good budget to work with, but I do know that I've got to try to be a good manager. I've got a great coach and great Martin Taylor as well there. We try to do the best we possibly can within that, and I believe I believe anybody can, we can bring the success that people want within reason. And yes, I do realise with that, if I've got 2 years and then a year option of 3 years, whatever I've got, I do believe that I would have to make progress, and that let's not hide behind any bush at all. You know.
Thanks very much.
You've got 3 years. You've got 2 years. In fact, hold on, can I have a bit more back? Is that finished now? You keep going, because I believe you're on the board now, so you can actually go and be busy and things like that, as committee members and stuff like that, and you can actually say, well, Dowson's not doing things right, and even though you've come around my house before and had pizza before, I need backstabbers like you, by the way, but keep your chin up. Thanks very much. Okay,
well, the reason I joined the board is that it's just a foot in the door. I'm after the manager's job, if I'm honest.
John Fennick's after the manager's job, all after the manager's job. Give it a big fat gear back in the ball. Cheers, mate, thanks very much.